No Quentin. Quentin Penn. Lay it down.
I will. I sat hunched over, staring at the dark roast counter. The bartender just finished putting chairs on the table and was passively wiping a glass with a cloth as he listened to the soft voice of the radio by the register. For me, I was at a low, thinking of the day's past events, of my defeats, of dignity and wealth lost. Night had fallen, and I was cold and alone. Working up the energy, I tilted my beverage back and tapped the glass to the counter, making the bartender turn. Wordlessly, he filled my glass again before returning to his station. He took one look at me as I came in, and the second I sat down, he knew it wasn't my day. For the past 2 hours, it was just me and him. Nobody else came in. For the two of us, it could be considered a slow day. All he had to do was listen to the sports radio and continue pouring me the booze. I sunk lower into my dejection. For the 6th time that night, I got up to relieve myself, after which I planned on drowning the last of my drink before heading home for another night of sleeplessness. I returned, sat down, and simply stared back at my reflection over the bar. That poor, disfavored man. I thought back to my youth, of my trips camping, of those wild summer nights plinking targets, and the quake of the shotgun as I shot trap. When I slept in the cold of the winter, peaceful like a crescent moon. I adduced my days in high school, immaturely ogling the popular girls that were out of my league. Now I watched the dying ember that once was that fire. It was funny in a sickening way. It made me chuckle to remember those words every adult tells children. Work hard, get an education, you'll be successful. You can't get money without an education. A high school diploma and 4 years of college later, and I barely live. I'm the embodiment of the American nightmare. Then a sound disconcerted me, the opening of the door to the pub. I spun around on my bar stool and put my elbows against the counter. A young lady, barely 20, if that, walked in. To this day I can see her facade, absolutely pure and innocent. She had short-length blonde hair and was dressed modestly. Her eyes showed energy, and that smile disclosed a genuine happiness, such as in my recollections of my youth. She reminded me of everything I had lost, my joy, my happiness, my youth, and most importantly, my innocence. The young lady looked at me, presenting a mild, warm smile that brought about great comfort to me, before saying a soft, "Hello." "Hey," was all I could mutter, still in the daze at her sudden appearance. She walked towards the back of the pub as I turned to the bartender. "Who is she?" I asked. My interest piqued. "The daughter of one of my regulars," the bartender replied laconically, his demeanor also lightened and more positive with her arrival. Though I am a deviant man, interested by many a vice, she was different. I would not call this girl sultry, not as an insult, because that was not her purpose. She was beautiful, the perfect carnation of the word. Her appearance brought about an atoning mood in me, a regret of my sins, and at the same time an inner peace. "It is okay, you are forgiven, cry no more," a voice said inside me. She went to the baby grand piano in the corner and sat, those delicate fingers laid on the ivories before flowing into a beautiful melody, the first few notes hitting me in the heart. The bartender quickly shut off his radio out of reverence. It was then I recognized the song as Claude Debussy's Clair de Lune. I felt comforted by such music. This innocent, peaceful maiden combined with such vibrant notes pierced my rough exterior. Looking at the bartender, I saw a look of respect in the face of such magnificence. As she played, my eyes watered before I began to silently weep, both because of how beautiful she and the music was, but because of the mourning I felt for the kid I used to be, an innocent boy who grew to be a horrible, immoral man. It healed my soul to hear such things. I cried tears of joy and relief. That was 5 years ago. The pub is long gone, a pile of rubble, leaving no clue for its former structure. I often thought back on that night and I wished to return to my hometown in hope of meeting the young lady and the bartender again. Unfortunately, my tearful turn of faith was too late. He had passed on while I finished my studies before obtaining good work. As for the young woman, I have no clue who she is or where she is. But each night I could see her calming blue eyes, the blonde hair, and those youthful lips of hers. It is all that keeps me from going. That smile saved my life that night.